At the end of 2017, the global market for breakfast cereal brands was valued at $40 billion and is expected to increase at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of more than 4% over the next 5 years to reach $54 billion. The evolution of food habits and the effects of Western culture on the nutritional patterns of consumers in growing economies are driving the expansion of the top cereal brands. So, this video will outline the top 10 cereal companies in the world and some existing black-owned cereal companies in the US. To meet the rising demand for healthy cereal brands, the top 10 cereal companies depend greatly on innovative products and smart marketing campaigns. Consumers are switching up their breakfast routines in search of the best breakfast cereal and including gluten-free breakfast cereals in their busy lives. Diabetic morning cereals are made for people who want to eat a healthy breakfast every day. Balanced and easy-to-eat food products are becoming more widespread, and customers are becoming more conscious of the need to maintain a healthy diet. The growing number of health-conscious consumers and rising levels of disposable income within the middle class are also likely to boost demand for leading cereal brands. Nowadays, the majority of people are trying to reduce their caloric consumption as much as possible by switching to low-calorie cereals instead of their usual breakfast selections. Additionally, there is a big consumer market in the Asia-Pacific area for the best-selling cereals. Gluten-free breakfast cereals and breakfast cereals for people with diabetes have been significantly increasing over the past few years. So, without further ado, let's take a comprehensive look at the top 10 cereal company picks for 2022 and the reasons why they hold these spots. The first on the list is Kellogg's. For decades, Kellogg's has been making the best cereal in the world and has been ranked as number 1 among the top 10 global brands of cereals. Will Keith Kellogg founded Kellogg's in Michigan, the United States, in 1906, and it is now one of the world's major makers of the best morning cereal. In 2017, this top-selling breakfast cereal firm had over $15 billion in revenue and over $2 billion in profit. This company has more than 30,000 employees working for Kellogg's Company. They also produce breakfast cereals for diabetics. The U.S. cereal company is working with a Chinese agribusiness called Wilmar International to grow its market share in China. Following Kellogg's is General Mills. For more than a century, General Mills has been producing the best-selling breakfast cereals. Cadwalader C. Washburn, John Crosby, and James Ford Bell founded General Mills in 1856 in Minnesota, and it is currently one of the top 10 breakfast cereal brands in the world. In 2017, this well-known breakfast cereal company raked in an estimated $15 billion in sales and $1.6 billion in profit. Over 35,000 people work for this healthy cereal company that creates one of the finest diabetic morning cereals on the market. Next is Bob's Red Mill. A variety of healthy cereal products are owned by Bob's Red Mill. The company was started in 1978 by Bob Moore in Milwaukee, U.S. It is thought to be one of the best breakfast cereal companies in the world. In 2017, sales of Bob's Red Mill's main cereal products were projected at around $10 billion, with a net profit of roughly $1 billion. No matter how big this company has gotten, it still wants to make and sell more products in more places around the world. Quaker Oats Company holds the 4th position on this list. Henry Parsons Crowell created the Quaker Mill Company in Ohio, the United States, in 1877. Robert Rietbroek is the current CEO of this PepsiCo subsidiary, which is well known as one of the world's leading morning cereal brands. This breakfast cereal brand generated over $40 million in profit in 2017 with annual sales of roughly $200 million. Over 600 people all over the world have worked for this healthy cereal company for more than 100 years. Following Quaker Oats Company is Nestlé Cereals. Nestlé Cereals is one of the top 10 breakfast cereal companies in the world, delivering some of the best breakfast cereals for diabetes. In 1991, General Mills and Nestlé formed a joint venture to produce the world's greatest morning cereal under the name of this top cereal brand. In 2017, this popular breakfast cereal company reports to have generated $120 million in annual revenue and an operating profit of around $45 million. Breakfast cereals made by this well-known firm are gluten-free. Over 1,800 people work for Nestlé in its cereal division. On the number 6 spot is Erewhon. Erewhon is one of the most popular breakfast cereal brands in the world, and it has been in business for a long time. It was in Boston, Massachusetts, in 1966 that Aveline and Michio Kushi established this well-known cereal brand. More than $10 billion in yearly revenue and over $1 billion in operating profit were realized from this breakfast cereal company in 2017 with 4 retail locations in the North American area. It has over 1,500 employees that specialize in the production and marketing of the best gluten-free breakfast cereals. In the United States, Erewhon remains a popular brand among children, which everyone can see in the company's rising income and sales. Weetabix Limited takes the 7th position. Weetabix Limited, one of the world's most popular breakfast cereal companies, has been creating diabetic-friendly breakfast cereals for decades. Benison Osborne established Weetabix Limited in 1932, and the company's headquarters are located in Northamptonshire, UK. There are more than 2,000 people working for this top breakfast cereal firm, which has annual sales of $12 billion and operational earnings of $1.5 billion. Weetabix, a popular breakfast cereal in the UK, makes around 3 billion biscuits annually in its Kettering facility. Next, we have the Mom Brands Company. The Mom Brands Company was created in 1919 by John Campbell in Minnesota, the United States, and is a major morning cereal brand. More than 50 nations across the world are served by this top-tier cereal company, which provides one of the finest diabetic morning cereals. With an anticipated annual turnover of about $700 million in 2017, Mom Brands Company is one of the most successful morning cereal brands in the world, with more than 1,400 people working for them, which is the third largest in the United States. In the 9th position is Post Holdings Incorporated. For over a century, Post Holdings Incorporated has been making one of the finest breakfast cereals. Post Cereals is a well-known cereal brand in the United States. It was established by C.W. Post in Missouri in 1895. One of the most popular breakfast cereal companies in the world is known for making gluten-free breakfast cereals for diabetics. Post Holdings Incorporated made an operating profit of about $1.5 billion in 2017. The company made $11 billion in sales and had more than 4,000 employees all over the world. And finally on this list is Kashi. Kashi is one of the world's most popular brands of gluten-free breakfast cereals, having been in business for more than 30 years. Founded in San Diego, California, in 1984, by Philip and Gail Tauber, the company has now become a household name. It is one of the top 10 cereal companies in the world, with an annual turnover of over $80 million and a net profit of about $28 million in 2017. It has more than 500 employees dedicated to producing and distributing the best morning cereals for people with diabetes. But, beyond the list of the top cereal companies we've talked about already, it's important to note that there are also a couple of popular companies owned by black individuals. But, the only black-owned cereal company recognized in the US is owned by Nick King, which was founded in 2020 during the pandemic. Even though the pandemic was still going on, Nick King decided to follow his dreams of being an entrepreneur and eventually started the first black-owned cereal. The newest cereal, Proud Puffs, founded by Nick King, is a vegan, gluten-free chocolate-flavored cereal that comes in the shape of a raised black fist. According to a study, African Americans and Latinos are more prone to eating sugary, low-nutrient cereals than their white counterparts. Hence, the cereal market is expected to reach $40 billion by 2023, although there are few brands that blacks own, indigenous, or other people of color. There are also 2 other black-owned cereal companies that are currently existing in the market but are not recognized anymore as black-owned cereal companies. They've both been rebranded and are now called by another name due to the issue of racism the companies underwent that almost caused them to phase out. These companies include Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. The current brand owner of the Aunt Jemima brand, PepsiCo, quit using the name and all products of the brand began answering to a new brand name, Pearl Milling Company, in June 2021, which is the name of the company that manufactured the product in the first place. It was due to the backlash over its racial stereotype connotations that they had to rename Aunt Jemima. This company's product labels showed a black woman dressed up as a minstrel figure, which didn't sit well with the general public. On the other hand, Ben's Original, which people know to be Uncle Ben's, is an American brand of parboiled rice and other foods. It was created by Converted Rice Incorporated, which is now owned by Mars Incorporated. Its main office is in Denver Harbor, which is in Houston, Texas. Uncle Ben's rice was first sold in 1943. From 1950 until the 1990s, it was the most widely known rice in the United States. After the George Floyd protests, it was renamed Ben's Original in the US in 2020. An older African-American man in a bow tie was the face of Uncle Ben's items from 1946 till 2020 when they were rebranded.